Okay, guys, I will start today class. And yeah, I just go on with yesterday's session for brief introduction. Then I will go with today's session. Yesterday, I have covered what is data engineering and why data is so important, and how big data arise and what is the problem with big data. How Hadoop given solution to the big data. What are the limitations in Hadoop solution? Then how cloud solve the solve the problems with Hadoop. So I given Azure Data Engineering content also. So I will again repeat. Yeah, data is nothing but it is raw, unorganized facts. It means the data is nothing. It's anything like you can see example 25 number. It is a data. Blue is a color. It is a data. It is a like a characters. It is a number. So anything is a data. See here symbols, letters, and numbers. Everything whenever we are processed it or filtered we applied, it is like a information. Customer A is this 25 and likes blue, that is the information. So with the data we cannot do anything. With the information we will get to understand what is exactly the data is. So this is the thing we have to do from our end, like Azure Data Engineer can do apply transformations and make it useful data. That is the our role. So types of data I covered. There are different types of data: structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data. Structured data in the form of rows and columns. It's stored like that. So this is called as an example like DBMS, RDBMS, relational database management system, that will be stored the column data in rows and columns. Semi-structured is nothing but it will not purely unstructured or purely structured. It is in between, and the data is like stored in between parentheses, and it is also we can say an example like log data. Log data is like semi-structured data, and the unstructured data everyone knows now. Everything goes like unstructured, only images, videos, audios, everything it is unstructured. These are three types of data. Like data evolution in earlier 90s, the day everything noted in the books, ledgers and all. Later RDBMS came. After that data is in different forms of data. RDBMS is not suitable for unstructured data or semi-structured data. So the big data problem arises. So big data problem, how we can solve the big data is I will tell you. Before that, why companies need this data. So with the companies, with the data, they can take decision making, like they can improve their business. They can know how increase the business and where is the problem, and how to solve that, and where their market is good, where their market is bad, and how to improve in bad scenarios, and more improve in good scenarios. So it will depends, everything is depends upon data. So that's why companies need data. They can save everything. So big data has three problems mainly. One is volume. It is a huge volume. So because of volume, how to store that much of petabytes and exabytes and all. So velocity, different. It needs some speed and all. So how to store that real time data, like airport domain. I said. Um Airport domain data or stock market data. These are the real time. So it will be also problem with the big data and variety. There are different types of data. How to store them. So these are the problems with big data, and see storage, processing, cost, complexity, skills. These are the problems. So storage, how to store, how to process that much of data, how much cost it will happen to set up everything to store and processing, complexity, because everything set up physically, it is very challenging and very cost effective. Then skills, there needs to be learn lot of skills, uh, like tools or technologies we learn for handling big data. So that is also problem. And you can see these are the different tools having with the Hadoop ecosystem. And it is initially it is somehow given solution to big data. However, it is also a lot of limitations. But first, I mean, we can see first it is a open source. I mean, it's a free framework, and we have two options in Hadoop for storing purpose, HDFS, Hadoop distribution file system, and processing. We can use MapReduce. Then An is a like it's a resource manager to distribute the data or processing also it will handle. So then cloud, how cloud is entered in the market, like handling the big data. The first and foremost is scalability. Whenever we require, automatically the systems will be attached or detached, or in the system itself increases RAM, and these things will happen with the scalability. Cost effective, it is very cost effective because whenever we require we can just take it, pay as you go model, it will happen. We can use 2 days, we can pay for only 2 days, not required, otherwise we can deactive. Then managed infrastructure, everything infrastructure will be managed by cloud provider only, like Azure, and integration with big data tools like Spark and all, and it is accessible overall global, no required some Citrix or something. It will be open from browser itself. Then real-time processing also it will handle. Hadoop is unable to handle real-time processing. So this is a brief data architecture I given yesterday, and this is more clarity what we can do. Like this is the source. There are multiple sources are there in real time. I'm just taking one example like API using Azure Data Factory. This is one of the application used in Azure to get the data from sources and storing into the raw layer. Once the data is moved from here, then we can apply transformations and put it in ingestion layer. From here to here also transformations happen, but it will be happened like can take care by uh, Power BI engineers or ML engineers. So this is a sample and simple architecture, and I covered what are the packages. We'll get these many roles. For data engineering, it is like 4 to 8 years. We'll get 10 to 20 and senior level also. These are the average salaries I mentioned, not like max or mean. It is average. Then why Azure only compared to the other clouds? It is market share and growth, enterprise transaction, AI and data adoption. So these are different reasons to increase Azure market compared to other clouds. Yesterday I given like uh, brief, I mean elaborate things about these things. Yeah. Then future market, how Azure data in future means it's a massive cloud adoption. Big data is not going to be less, it will be going, and day by day it is increasing. So and the whenever the data is increasing, this job never goes end. Then integration with AI and professionals required, more professionals are required in the market, but there are less people are there. Then career also, we have different types of career path there in Azure data field. So we can go with this Azure data engineering, Azure analyst, Azure data scientist, or architect level. These are many versatile careers we have. So this is a brief introduction about yesterday's class. Today we will go and cover about our content. So this is our content. I can tell you how we can cover everything, and how much time it will take, what we can do to prepare. So are you guys ready, right? Uh, yeah. So yeah, first basics of cloud computing we can cover. What is cloud? Okay, from starting onwards we can tell, because you don't know what is cloud and what is on premise. So we can start with the cloud and types of cloud. There are different types of cloud. You can see private, public, and hybrid. We can cover this, and types of cloud services. And this is a infrastructure as a service. So this is a platform as a service. This is a software as a service. So these types of cloud services we can cover, and with real-time examples, I can tell you to understand easily. Then cloud platforms or vendors. We can have multiple cloud platforms: Azure, AWS, and GCP. Apart from this, IBM and Alibaba clouds also there. But the large market is these three. And yeah, so introduction to Azure we can cover. Like I can open Azure portal and see the options, and I can show you options, everything, and how to subscribe. And free subscription will be happen for 1 month. We can get $200 also for different resources. I can give you how to create it and how to get those, and what are the services useful in that particular $200. I can tell you what is resource group, what are the resources, everything I cover in this session. Then we can see different services which are there to handle big data in Azure platform, or Data Factory, Data Bricks, data storage, lake storage, and blob server. Everything. Key vault is stored this many, I mean, credentials of users and functional accounts and all. So logical apps and functional apps are also services to handle big data. So these are the topics we covered in the basic first week of basics of Azure Cloud. So this will take around 4 to 5 classes. Then we entered into the big data introduction. So what is data? What is big data? Sources, characters. What is 5 E's? Types of data. I already covered these things, but again I can go with a detailed way with the real time examples. I can tell you. So this will take around 2 days, and then we can take Python. Python is required to the data engineers if they are two ways, like if they can use ADF, then ADF Azure Data Factory for transform the data and processing the data and everything. So no need to code and all that. Those things will happen in many companies, but in some companies they can use Azure Data Bricks, where people need to be have coding skills, and not much required, and whatever the required I can cover it here. So in the Python, whatever the required we can cover, like variables, data types, operations, and with a detailed way you will get to learn very easily, and you can understand also same. With a little bit practice and all, you will get to understand easily, and it will help you in future. SQL also same. If required, we in few companies are looking for SQL also. So in that case, we need to be understand what is uh, query language, DDML, data definition language, and data manipulate language, joins, windows, aggregate functions. These all we can cover. So this will take 1 week of time to cover these things. Then coming to the topics, Azure data accounts. Azure data accounts we can cover. It means storage. Azure storage, like types of how many types of storage accounts, and what are different types of there. Like there are 4 types of storage accounts we have, like tables, files, queues, and blob. So I can cover all the things. And blob storage we have, again types are there, different types, like uh, we have cool tire, hot tire, and archive tire. So we will cover those things, and replication of policies, how we can and here I need to I mean I'm not mentioned, but we can give role based services. I mean role based permissions, how works, and RBAC policies. I will cover those part also. Then we'll come to the keyword. Keyword is used to store the credentials, because we cannot expose our functional account or admin account or something, username and password we cannot expose to anybody. So we can kept in key vault, and we can use it accordingly. So I can tell you how it is useful in that matter. So then the second week also completed. Coming to the third week, we can start Azure Data Factory. Okay, Azure Data Factory means it is orchestration tool. To use Azure Data Factory, we can move the data or copy the data from one source to the targeted location. That is one point. The other point, in the Azure Data Factory itself, there are multiple options, like drag and drop options to do transformations. Okay, I will try to open Azure portal. I will try to show you. Give me a minute. I'm trying to log in. So this is Azure platform. I can go each and everything in later classes. Right now, I'm just trying to show you Azure Data Factory, how it is useful. So this is Azure Data Factory, and where I said we can apply transformations and data flows, everything without any code. So ingest means it is a source from ingest means getting data from source, orchestrate and keep it and transform data. There are different. So we have pipelines to run that. Suppose we are, you can see the options. Suppose we are trying to create one new pipeline here. See, there are multiple options to drag and drop. You can see move and transform. Here, copy data. You can just put it and source. We can give source from data where we can. For this, we can create linked service and all. We can see later classes. I just want to know these are the drag and drop tools we can use and complete all the things transformations. See notebook. These notebooks used in Azure Databricks. From here we can call it directly. So these are the functions, Azure functions. Databricks itself. We have notebooks and Python and everything. Then we have just fill these details and validate and run it. It will be done. So what I'm saying is you this is our data factory is one of the easiest way to do that. So you will get learn easily and yeah. So pipelines, creation, debugging, publishing, linked service. I can cover data sets and copy data, lookup, store, procedure, validate. These are the tasks. I mean, these are uh, you can see here. These are all you can see it here. These are the all activities we are seeing it. See, delete activity, execute pipeline, meta get metadata, validation. So these are web activity. Just we can drag it like this and give the options manually and complete it. So this is a way we can work on it in ADF. So triggers, we have multiple triggers like schedule, tumbling, and event. According why we use triggers and all, we can see it. Like run the pipelines in fixed time. We can schedule it using triggers. And integration runtime, one of the thing here missed, but the integration runtime we can cover it. And then uh, here how we can integrate ADF with Git and using Git we can run Azure DevOps pipelines also from moving data from development environment to testing environment, then production environment like that. So we can cover all these things. And data flows also we can see in the data flows there are different types of transformations, join, filter, pivot. These are part of ADF, and we can see hands-on ADF exercise around 40 plus activities we can cover in the classes. So it will take around 2 weeks of time to cover everything in ADF. That is that much of time is required for everything to cover. Then Databricks. Apart from ADF, the other one more like service is Databricks. Databricks is like Apache company's open source thing. It will integrate it with Azure, so it is called Azure Databricks. Azure Databricks also to use transformations, but it is a coding wise. We can learn whatever the coding is required to handle Azure Databricks also, and we can see all the options available in Hadoop, HDFS, and these things, and in Databricks, also Unity Catalog, Delta tables, Delta live tables. These are important topics we can cover, and clusters. It will maintain by clusters. I can tell what is cluster and all different forms of files like CSV, JSON, Parquet, ORC. I can cover all these things. Delta Lake and Lake House. So this will also take 2 weeks of time to complete everything, and then we'll come to Azure Synapse Analytics. It is nothing but data warehousing, we can call it. Azure provided data warehousing called Azure Synapse. The data which are coming from source and applied transformations, after applied transformations where we can save, that is called Synapse. That is where we can save according to the customer requirement. But mostly we can use dedicated or serverless SQL tools to store the processed data. And here also there are multiple options, and we can cover SD, SCD, and incremental logic. And these are different part of different types of things there. Again, in this we can cover about star schema, dimensional things, snowflake schema, and uh, what we call SDT type 1, type 2. These things will cover. After that, many people are lost. Their things are everything. I mean, everyone learning till here, and they feel everything they will get to know. But the main thing for any like engineer is SDLC, software development lifecycle illness, and agile methodology. How agile methodology works and how we can handle it in real time. We can explain and trained accordingly, because no one will feel discomfort or uncomfortable in the companies while joining in different places. Like they will get to know these things are mandatory to handle or to like mingle with the teams or management, everything. Because everywhere using agile process to complete the task. So that is important. Then we can see on-premise to cloud migration and resume building, interview preparation, everything we can handle in this. It will take around 8 weeks to 10 weeks of time to complete and neatly and cleanly. And main and foremost is you guys need to understand every topic. That is important and foremost thing for us. So this is a course of content and plan for next 2 months. And guys, can you please ask questions, any doubts, everything? I can ready to tell you the answers. Hello.
Yes, I have one question.
Hmm.
After learning this course, what type of work we have to do in a company or project? As
That's
in
what in the company when you join the project, they already set up some sources. Okay, pipelines also there. Pipelines means what is nothing but from one place to another place. I mean, in I'm just saying an example. From data to information, and there, so sources are like a data. The data they can have, every company have their own sources. Somehow like on-premise data, some IoT device data, some surveys they will get from different places. They can store it in storage accounts. From that is the one source. So we can connect those sources using pipelines and get them to the destination is also some where like data warehouse, or again it is ADLS we can place it in destination, we can call it. So the pipelines will, what the pipelines can do is do transform from one place to another. So we are in between. So we, what we can do is copy the activities, I mean copy the data along with apply the some transformations. Like null values will be there in the data, we can remove the null values, so apply the transformation. And duplicates we can remove. And apply some filters, only required some data, not all the data, what is data is required, that is the only we require, right? So apply filters and all. So these much of transformations we applied, then we can place it in the destination. So that is our job.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Sai, I'm not clear about the answer of Athar's question. For say example, let's say, as you know, we work in SharePoint, right?
Hmm.
We know what to do in SharePoint, like assigning permissions, removing, or else troubleshooting one assets.
Hmm.
In the same way, can you explain what exactly we need to do in it? As per my knowledge about today's session, I'm thinking that we will get a raw data and we need to transform the data by applying layers and something like that. Is it?
Correct. See, can you see my screen, right? See, these are the
Yes.
pipelines. These are the pipelines. This is a orchestration tool like ADF example. This is a
Okay.
copy activity. Okay. So we will get requirement from client that we have some
Mhm.
sources. You can call it
Mm.
sources like example. I'm saying
Okay.
one storage account. Okay, one storage
Mhm.
account. So from store, here you can see, right, source data set.
Okay.
We can
Mhm.
create source data set here. You can see different types. As I said before, our source is that Azure SQL DB. Okay,
Okay.
or Azure, see, Azure blob storage. Okay, blob storage is nothing but unstructured data. We can save it here. Okay,
Okay.
this is a source. We can select it. Okay, what type of file format? These are different type formats. I can tell you later classes. I'm saying
Okay.
example now. Excel, or you can. This is a CSV. Okay, CSV.
Mm.
We just selected. Continue.
Mm.
So we can put some name, linked
Mm.
service. What is
Mm.
linked service? It is nothing but a connection between the storage account and
So.
ADF. Okay,
Okay.
linked service. See, linked service connection. How we are connecting? Simple here. Account key and all. Here I said we can use Azure Key Vault. So
Yes.
that will cover later. And a subscription. What type of subscription we used and all. File path, everything we can create it. Once this linked service is mandatory for any service, because connection is important, right? How we can
Okay.
connect the storage account and ADF. This is a
Mm.
linked service. We can create it, and then this data is completed, right? So
Mm.
after this, same, this part is done, source part is done, then sync means
Mm.
destination. Simple words, destination,
Okay.
from source to destination. So again, same process. Create where destination, you can see blob storage is a source, destination is a, suppose, SQL. Okay, here you can see
Okay.
SQL server or SQL database. This is the
Okay.
destination ours. Okay, or you can see managed instance. There are multiple destinations. That is not destination. Our, that is our choice, like client's choice. Where they can ask to store, we can store there.
Okay.
There are multiple services are associated with Azure. You can see multiple services. These are all call it services. Okay, so
Okay.
accordingly we can sync. After it is source is done, sync is done, then this one is needs to be run. Okay,
Okay.
here validate. Once validate,
So
everything is
it's
done.
just like migration.
Yeah, migration. But
Okay.
that is okay. Migration means you are not going to do again. Once it is coming from source to destination, it is done. Okay, but
Okay.
here every day it is running. It is not like a
Okay.
migration. Okay, migration is acceptable, but not like a migration. But it is daily will be day, and not only copy.
Hmm.
After copy the data, again we can implement these things like these are all different activities. Okay,
Based on the requirement.
based on the requirement we can do that. Okay,
Okay.
that is
We
our
have to
job.
implement filters.
Yeah, filters also there, everything, whatever the say execute pipeline, one is there. So multiple
Mm.
pipelines are there. This one will use, this is web. Suppose in my example I showed
Mm.
here API is my source, right? So
Yes.
API is my source means the web means API will get through web, right? So web we can
Mm.
take it, like according to the requirement we can take it and do that. Okay, this is a
Mm.
synapse. So
Okay.
everything drag and drop here, and nothing you can do. Get the data, apply the transformations, place it in requirement where the data is needs to be stored, where we can store it. That is our job, and this will happen in two ways. One is ADF, Other one is Azure Data Bricks.
Okay.
Azure Data Bricks is purely coding part, and this one is
Okay.
purely drag and drop. We will cover both. Okay, that is not an issue. You guys can understand easily and get it done both ways. But this is very easiest way to do. Many companies why this one is they choose compared to Azure Databricks. This is cost effective.
Okay.
Okay, this is very less cost. Azure Databricks is more cost compared to this.
Hmm.
So that will be taking care of the companies and all decisions. Yeah. So you get to know what Azure Data can do now, right?
Yeah, just a little bit knowledge. And my second question is about the coding part only. Do we have any coding part in this or not? But you said that we have.
Yeah, we have, but not in Azure Data Factory. Azure Databricks
Uh,
we have coding.
Bricks, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that is no worries. I can tell you whatever required I can cover, and you can able to manage, because
If we have a, oh,
in everywhere nowadays anything coding is required. Suppose you can go with Azure admin also. Terraform is
hmm,
one thing is there where you can write scripts. So
okay,
nowadays no job is there not there without coding, so you need to learn something. So that is important, but how much? This is very easy to learn. Not required Python everything. Only one module we required, that is called PySpark. Okay, that
okay.
module is enough. Like that SQL also you no need to learn everything. Whatever the required for data purpose, that is enough.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, if we have anything other than zero, I am in that place in coding. That's why.
Yeah, yeah, understand that everyone, yeah, the developers will okay, but everyone apart from developers will face these issues. Yeah, but no worries
Hmm.
about coding part. It is very less coding we are using.
Hmm.
No need to
Ah,
write everything like programs and all. It's a like a
okay.
just commands. Suppose
So
df
just
dot
like the
filter.
scripts we use.
Yeah, scripts type. Yeah, scripts type. It's
Okay.
a single or multiple line scripts. That's it.
Okay.
But what not calling like a script, it is a coding only.
Okay.
Mm,
Mhm.
yeah. Any other thing?
Also, we face any issue while transferring the data.
Sorry.
We are facing any issue while transferring the data.
Yeah, definitely. You will see different issues because of source or because of destination or because of linked service, because of data set. Yeah, you will see different types of errors. We can go with that in the classes. Like we can cover lot of examples and everything. Uh, in the syllabus itself, you can see. 1 second. Uh, we can cover almost 40 plus examples in here. Data factory itself, blob. I do mention somewhere. Okay, so we can cover that. That's don't worry about the things. Yeah, we can cover the what type of errors we'll get and how to solve the pipeline errors and all, and real time scenarios, around 40 plus scenarios we can see in ADF, and 20 plus scenarios in ADB, and we can see two or more real time projects, end to end projects. It's like not simple projects. We can see everything from source to destination, and apply transformations, everything we can see in that real time projects. Any other things, guys? That's it. If nothing, we can wind up the session.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for joining the session. Yeah, we will meet on Monday again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sai.